Call of Duty Zombies is an extremely expansive game with lots of information for the player to discover. As a community, we need a place to catalog all of this information. And one of the websites that many people use to reference information is the Call of Duty Wiki. Except there is a lot of misinformation on the Call of Duty Wiki. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 myths that I have seen a lot of people spreading around that I think originated from the wiki that are not actually true. Myth number 1, the name of the Apothicon Servant. According to the COD Wiki, the Apothicon Servant has 4 different names depending on which character is holding it. It will be the Marastagua for Jack, it will be the Narulaqua for Nero, it will be the Kormoroth for Jessica, and it will be the Lor Zarazor for Floyd. Except that's just not true. The name of the Apothicon Servant is completely independent of the character that is holding it. Any one of the 4 characters can get any one of the 4 names for the Apothicon Servant. Even in this footage, you can see that I'm playing as Jack Vincent holding the Narulaqua, which is not the name that was listed for him. In order to absolutely squash this myth, I loaded into Shadows of Evil over and over again and built the Apothicon Servant as each character to prove that every character can have every named Apothicon Servant. And that's exactly what I found. Here is Jessica holding all 4 versions of the Apothicon Servant.
The worm must be taken to the sacred place. Only then will you must be taken to the sacred place. Only then will you have the 4 must be collected. Only then.
Now here's Nero.
Only then will you have the means to collected. Only then can we prevent this. Only then can we prevent the destruction of your.
Now here is Floyd.
Only then will you have. The worm must be taken to the sacred place. Only then can we prevent the destruction. Can we prevent the destruction of your.
And now here's Jack Vincent.
Here comes for its babies.
4 must be collected. Only then to repel the unearthly horde.
Sacred place.
Suffice it to say, that myth is just not true at all. Myth number 2, Speed Cola speeds up how quickly you can rebuild barriers. According to the COD Wiki, Speed Cola on Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 will greatly increase the rate at which barriers are rebuilt. Unfortunately, this one is also false. It is a little bit misleading, because it does speed up the animation of the boards being actually attached to the barrier, but it doesn't speed up how quickly you can rebuild an entire barrier. In order to test this, let's load into a game of Black Ops 1 and compare. Here's me building the barrier without Speed Cola. As you can see, it took a little over 6 seconds, give or take. But now let's try it with Speed Cola. You can see it took pretty much the same amount of time. I'm going to put them side by side now, and I want you to notice the only real difference is how quickly the board travels from the ground to the window. I'm showing it one more time in slow-mo so that you can see. Notice how the text that says Rebuild Barrier goes away at the exact same time on both screens. Point is, it isn't actually faster, even though it looks faster. Now let's go over to Black Ops 3 and do the same test. Here's how long it takes without Speed Cola. And now here's with Speed Cola. Again, let's put them side by side and compare. And again, let's do it in slow-mo, and once again, pay attention to the text on screen. Suffice it to say, if you are hoping for Speed Cola to increase the speed of you rebuilding barriers, that just simply isn't the case. But let's talk about the last myth that's going to be in this video. Myth number 3. The M1911 is in the box on Mob of the Dead. On the COD Wiki, if you go to the page for Mob of the Dead and look at the weapons that are available in the mystery box, it lists the M1911 and specifies that it is rare. This is interesting because the M1911 is not obtainable in the box. Spoiler alert. Now, this myth does have some basis. On Mob of the Dead, for some reason, when you spin the mystery box, the M1911 will show up as one of the weapons while the box is rotating. Except it can't actually give you the M1911. I don't know exactly why this is, but my best guess is that it's probably some sort of placeholder for some cut weapon that never actually made it into the box. But that being said, there exists no footage anywhere of anyone ever getting the M1911 out of the box without mods. In order to prove this theory, I loaded into a game of Mob of the Dead, and I decided to hit the box over 1,000 times, 1,051 times to be exact, to see what I ended up getting. And spoiler alert, like I said, none of the box hits were the M1911. It's just not possible. But for some reason, a lot of people seem to claim that they have gotten it, even though, like I said, no footage exists and there's no proof that it's possible to get. So here's my challenge. To all of you watching and listening to this, if anyone can show me unmodded footage of getting the M1911 out of the box on Mob of the Dead, then you win. And we are all wrong. I don't have a prize to give to you, but that's all I have to say about that. Point being, the M1911 is not in the box on Mob of the Dead. It never has been, and anyone who says that they've gotten it out of the box is probably lying. Down in the description, I'm going to leave a link to all of the decompiled scripts for Black Ops 2. Anyone who's a little bit better at coding than me, I want you to go and look in the scripts and see if there's any reason that the M1911 shows up in the box. I couldn't find anything that says that it's supposed to be in the box, but maybe I could be wrong. Anyway, that was 3 myths in Call of Duty Zombies that are just plain false, even though the wiki says that they are true. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe. I'm definitely going to be doing more episodes like this in the future, especially regarding one specific article on the wiki that I think deserves its own video. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.